Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Portland Trailblazers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Tip-off will be here in just a couple minutes. Let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get settled in for some NBA action this Wednesday evening. Rip City, let's go Blazers. And on the thumb, on the left, one of our best players on the Blazers, Shaedon Sharpe. And on the right, one of the three-point sharpshooters, Trey Murphy III. Let's get it, baby. Bricks and joysticks in the building. What's good? And a little bit of an underwhelming last few games, a few games that, you felt that we should be able to win, against the Heat and the Magic, dropping both of those games. So obviously with no Zion, and a few other main competitors not being available here tonight. No Zion, no Jordan Poole, no Dante Murray. So with no Murray, Poole, and Williamson, the three best players, arguably besides Trey, this should be a game that we should be able to take advantage of. And obviously for the Blazers, injury report, Scoot still out, Blake Wesley out, Thibault, and obviously Lillard. No new surprises there. And again, we need to be able to get off to a fast start. 2-8 Pelicans, 1-2 at home, 5-5. Portland Trailblazers, 2-3 on the road. And again, we definitely started off fast and furious, but definitely hit a little bit of a wall, within the last few games. So definitely looking forward to them taking advantage of a beat up Pelican team, and hopefully we'll be able to get the victory. And we know Trey, he absolutely loves playing against the Portland Trailblazers. He averages the second most, out of his points per game out of any opponent besides the Knicks. So I know that with all the other injuries that they have, I would not be surprised if Trey, goes from, 18 points a game average, where he might end up throwing up, 30 points tonight. But again, if we can limit the damage outside of Trey, we should be able to block a lot of shots, rebound, and play defense on the fast break. And hopefully we'll be able to come up with the dub, obviously, at the end here tonight. Spain did get lucky, and again, I really thought that Heat game, again, our problem right now is really the fourth quarter. First three quarters, usually we're pretty good. I mean, minus obviously the Thunder game where we ended up being down by 22 in the first quarter. But normally the first, second, third quarter, the Blazers play as good as anybody in those first three quarters. But then sometimes in the fourth, whether it be fatigue, obviously players in foul trouble, or just not in a rhythm, we start to get dominated, in the fourth, even if we end up having a big lead. And, that is something that we're going to have to try to fix, as the season progresses. But again, once we get Scoot back, that'll give us that offensive lift I think that we need. But we definitely have enough personnel to obviously win this game here tonight and try to make up for those losses against the Heat and the Magic. And then hopefully we can start to get on a little bit of a run moving forward, because it definitely feels like the Blazers are a playoff team this year. We just got to play a little bit more consistent, especially in the second half and the fourth quarter. Let's get it, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. Game is live through Blazer Vision here for people that are in Oregon and Washington. NBA League Pass. Obviously, if you're outside of the Pacific Northwest. And again, I'm definitely excited about this opportunity. This will be Blazer game number 2 on the channel. I decided to go for a tough matchup against the Thunder when they were 8-0 and the only undefeated team. And I thought, if we end up going for a matchup like that, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I didn't think that we were going to get blown out. And I had a good feeling that we would play strong, playing up to the competition is something the Blazers will do. But also on the flip side, sometimes we play down to the competition like we did to the Heat and the Magic. And what happened? We ended up losing those games, but we did come back from 22 down in the first quarter against the Thunder. Shot 80% plus in the fourth quarter. And it shows you that, when we're on, we can play with the best, the Oklahoma City Thunder or teams like that. But again, we got to be able to be as consistent as possible. And I'm definitely looking for a Trailblazer win after dropping the last few games. The road trip has not really been too kind to us as of late. We are going to be able to get into tip-off here in just a couple of minutes. And shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. It always feels good when you can end up helping, another individual that has dreams and goals, to be able to try to upgrade their software, to be able to do it for not only them and their legacy, but to be able to have, extra, amazing music here on the channel 24/7 moving forward. And I appreciate you. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats, the best beat on YouTube. All right, baby. They have us as a 63.3% ESPN analytical winner. But again, 8.5 on the Vegas line. But again, we're going to have to go out there and take it. They're not going to give it to us. And again, as long as we can hold Trey Murphy III to, not scoring, 50, again, then we should be in a good position late in the game. Daniel in the building, what's good? And then as far as the rest of the week, schedule-wise, we're doing Thursday Night Football tomorrow with the Patriots and Drake May against the Jets. On Friday, we'll be doing Minnesota versus Oregon for college football. Saturday, we'll probably end up doing college football again. And then on Sunday Night Football, which will be the Lions and the Eagles. And then Monday night, I believe it will be the Cowboys and the Raiders. So we will definitely be very busy. And then, so this will be the only Blazer stream this week, but we will try to do, a Blazer stream at least once a week moving forward until we get to baseball season for the Seattle Mariners. And there will be a couple times where we end up doing 2 games or even 3 games in a week. It just kind of depends on what we have going on with the football schedule as well. So tip-off is going to be here in just a minute. Portland favored by 8.5. And again, key injuries, that obviously I know a lot of Pelican fans were wanting. Again, Zion, estimated return date for a couple more weeks around Thanksgiving. Jordan Poole, maybe a few days from now, I would say give him another week or so. And then Murray isn't due back until January 2nd. So with Murray, Poole, and Williamson, arguably those are your 3 best players on the team besides Trey. So again, this is a depleted team. There's no excuses on dropping this game. And again, we were competitive against the Magic and the Heat, but we just couldn't get it done in the fourth quarter. And obviously, Bane got lucky with the buzzer beater, at the very end of the game against the Magic just a few hours back. So let's see what we can get here with the Portland Trailblazers, 5-5 with a 2-3 record on the road, with the Nyland Pelicans 2-8, 1-2 at home. And we are going to get going here in just a moment or two. Starters: Drew Holiday, Denny Advia, who's playing like an all-star this year, Monty Kamara, love him, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and Donovan Clingan, a guy that has really stepped up his defense and rebounding in 2025. So, Denny is our most, all-around player. Monty's the best defender. We got a great guy down low in Donovan Clingan. I love what Drew has been bringing, and then Shaden Sharp put up 15 to 30 on almost any given night with dunks, jumpers, and at the line. So every single guy on the Blazers starting 5 does something a little bit different, which I love. And then we got Jeremiah Fears, Herbert Jones, Trey Murphy III, Sadiq Bey, and Kayvon Looney. And obviously, Trey Murphy III is the best player on the team. That's a left available in this game. So don't be surprised if Trey ends up going off, for 25, 30, 40 here tonight. But as long as he's the only one that goes off, then we should be good to go. But if we can get him locked down to end up scoring under 25, then potentially this could end up being a blowout. And again, we're definitely due for one of those at some point here. Thiago Splitta, former assistant coach, obviously of a few teams that were in the NBA in previous seasons. And again, we were very happy to have him as our head coach here. And here's the tip-off. Here we go. At the top of the key, little pick and roll with Drew. Holiday, back and down, pump fake, up and under, off the glass, and no good. Back, baby. Good rebound there by Looney. Pick and roll at the top of the key. Corner three, and it's good. 3-0 Pelicans. Let's go, baby. There we go. Tumani Kamara. He says, let me match that three, and I got you. Bang. Let's go. Pick and roll here for the Pelicans as we're knotted up at 3. Good defense here by the Blazers. Get on him, Drew. Jumper in and out, no good. Offensive board here by the Pelicans. And jumper is good. 6-3 Pelicans. Fears with the big three. And hopefully ESPN will get things going on their end. They are slacking. Nice offensive rebound here. Fast break push by the Pelicans. Floater. Alley-oop, no good. Come on, Blazers, you got a rebound. Corner three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Blazers. There we go. Clinging with the board. Push. And then they finally got the scoreboard updated there. Tumani Kamara from 3 again. In and out, no good. And poked out of bounds. Turnover, Blazers. Last touch by Donovan Clingan. Get on him, Denny. Pick and roll on Denny Adia. Top of the 3. Air ball, 3 attempt. Turnover, Pelicans. Here we go. Take advantage. Shaden Sharp off the dribble, floater, and foul. Three here early with the Pelican lead. And again, we have to be very aggressive here early and often. Clingan at the top of the key. Hands off to Tumani. And Tumani gets hacked. No call. Fast break here with Pelicans. The defense there by Drew at the top of the key. Murphy over Tumani Kamara for 3. 9-3 Pelicans. Come on now. Drew. Tumani, attack. Baseline. And turnover, Blazers. Shaden Sharp couldn't get a handle on that pass. And again, we definitely have to be able to close out a little bit better. I think, besides fourth quarter play, that's one of the biggest, turnarounds that we're going to have, from the start of the season to where we're at now. 9-3 Pelicans. Nice little give and go there by the Pelicans. And offensive foul. There we go. Tumani Kamara doing Tumani Kamara things. Number 1 in drawn charges in the NBA last year, and keeping up where he left off. League leader, 6 charges drawn, and he should have probably won Defensive Player of the Year last year. But again, he'll definitely be in the top 2, top 3 again this year, barring any injuries. Great job by Tumani. Nice turnover there on the Pelicans. Pick and roll. And there we go. Denny gets a little body check. And that is a foul. Lawrence in the building. What's good? I got Blazers winning tonight. Again, they ended up having rough games against the Heat and the Magic. And again, with all the injuries that the Pelicans have, with Zion and Poole and Murray, again, their top 3 players are out besides Murphy, and a big flush by Donovan Clingan. There we go, baby. BC, Kling Kong with the big flush. Here we go. But I think, based on, who we have available, who they have available, even though we're on the road, this is definitely, a winnable game. And as long as we don't choke in the fourth quarter, we should be good to go. Free throw by Klingon is good. There we go. Nice and one for Donovan Klingon. We love that. 9-6 Pelicans. And again, this is a team that we can full court press. Live on Blazer Vision, NBA League Pass, and obviously if you have the local channels on KUNP in Oregon, you're able to watch that way as well. If you want to watch through your cell phone or through NBA.com, the only way would be Blazer Vision to be everything that's going on live here tonight. Well, you didn't say Lakers OKC. You got to be able to be more specific. Obviously, with the Lakers, not having everyone fully available, I would assume OKC will be able to find a way to win that game here tonight. And Thunder at home as well, so tough to beat there. Nice baseline pass up and under, and layup is good. Clean with that reverse. Top of the key, Donovan Klingon for three. Bang! In and out, no good. Rebound by the Pelicans. Get back. Corner three. In and out, no good. Offensive board by the Pelicans. Floater. And another miss. We'll take that. Klingon with the rebound. Push, baby. Let's go. Drew Holiday. Passes to Denny. Open three. Bang. That's good. There we go. Nice job by Denny Advia. .5 points per game. Denny playing like an all-star in 2025. Denny at the top of the key. Pelicans trying to run a pick and roll. Good defense there by Denny with the tip away. Sharp on the fast break. One-on-one. Layup is good. There we go. Let's go, baby. Great touch there by Sharp, averaging 20 points per game. We're knotted up at 11 here in the first quarter. And Pelicans decide to talk it over with a full timeout. And shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube, the new one that he just debuted last night. Definitely had to debut it here today. Love you guys and I appreciate you guys very much. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do help us get to 100 likes. 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Lots of up and down. Now, fast break play early on. And again, we will see if we can take advantage of this beat up Pelican roster here today. .624 left in the first quarter, 11-11 tie between the Blazers and the Pelicans. Yeah, that Jeremy Grant play, man, that was something special. And then we ended up getting fouled, and they didn't call the foul, and Orlando ended up getting the steal and the timeout, and the last bucket by Bain. But we definitely have to get a little payback later in the year if we can. Brooke Olsen down. Love me some Brooke. $38 subs to go to 23,300. Thursday night football, Minnesota, Oregon, Monday night football. And when we get back to Tuesday, Wednesday next week, that'll probably be the day that we end up doing another Blazer stream. The defense here early on this possession. Spin move on Klingon. Floater is good. Nice job by Queen there. 12 points last game against Phoenix. Pick and roll here with the Blazers. Denny with the left hand. Layup is good. Beautiful job by Denny Advia, playing like an all-star and should be an all-star in 2025. Open three. In and out, no good. Nice rebound there by DC. Nice job playing in push. Passes it to Monty Kamara. Brings the ball up the floor. Passes to Sharp, poked away. Monty. Denny for three. And it's good. Let's go, baby. Nice job by Denny Advia. We'll take that. Much better start than in the Thunder game where Denny started off like 0 for 9, 0 for 10. Up and under, layup, in and out, no good. Offensive tip is good. And Queen with the tip. And fouled. Shaden Sharp hacked and going to the line for two. First free throw up and good. Good start here for the Blazers. And next free throw is good. 18-15. Robert Williams coming in to give us a little bit of defensive presence down low. Rob Williams, the third. Let's get it. Nice job by Sharp with those two free throws. Pick and roll. Backdoor cut, stolen, tipped away. And Pelicans recover. Floater, and is good. Nice job by Herbert Jones. Robert Williams III swings it. Denny is open. And he is hot, baby. Let's go. 4 for 4 for Denny Advia. Let's go, baby. 4 for 4, 3 for 3 from deep. He's already had 11 points. Much better start than we've seen in some previous games. Front rim, in and out, no good. And wide open for the flush. Big dunk there by the Pelicans. Trey Murphy III throwing it down. Pick and roll at the top of the key. Jeremy Grant. Hands off to Shaden Sharp with a crossover at the top of the key. Jab step three is good. Let's go. Let's go. We're shooting the ball well here today. In and out, no good. Offensive board, no good. And putback is good. And PV there with the easy rebound and putback. Sharp, you got to be able to box out. 24-21 Blazer lead. And this will be a Trailblazer full timeout. (24-21) Blazers, 3:24 left in the first quarter. And again, a few slight adjustments need to be made, but I like what I see here early on. And again, we don't really have a problem typically in the first, second, or third quarter. It's typically the fourth quarter. And again, kind of heartbreaking losses to the Heat and the Magic over the last few days. And it's definitely time to get back on track with a beat-up team with no Poole and Zion and Murray. So we should be able to try to get this job done. But again, the defense needs to be a little bit better moving forward. Just the little things, boxing out, closing out. Those are two things that are kind of taken for granted in the NBA and just basketball in general. And the better that we can get at closing out and boxing out, we're going to obviously end up playing, better moving forward. Getting more rebounds and being able to avoid so many open threes, which is something that the Blazers have unfortunately done up to this point. Restricted area field goal percentage leaders since Halloween. Sharp number 1, SGA 2. I like seeing that. Number 1 between guards, minimum 25 field goal attempts, 77.4. Love it. Back to the action after the commercial break with the timeout. 24-21 Blazers. All right, Pelicans going with a full court press, which is something that they have not shown up to this point. Robert Williams III hands off to Denny Advia, pick and roll. Swings it to the corner for Tumani for 3, but whistle on the Blazers. Turnover, Portland. Advia, Grant, Robert Williams III. Let's go. Robert Williams III called with the offensive foul. Murphy down low, hands it off, layup, no good. Tipped rebound got by the Blazers. Get it, Jeremy. There we go. Jeremy Grant at the top of the key, one-on-one. PB all over him. Jeremy Grant decides to dish it outside. Swings it to the opposite side of the court. Shoot it. Oh, goaltending. There we go. Great goaltending. We'll take that. Soko, got to be able to give me those floaters, anytime you have availability to do it, especially with the shot clock winding down. Are they doing a coach's challenge here? I guess they are. We're going to find out if this ends up being goaltending or not. Pelicans head coach is challenging. 26-21 Blazers, 2:21 left in the first quarter as we wait for the challenge and the commercial break to end. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. $38 subs to go to 23,300. All right, Willie Green and the Pelicans challenging this goaltending attempt here. Let's see what they decide to come up with. 26-21 Blazers for the time being. All right, what is the decision here for the Sprites coach is challenge? They sure do take a long time with these NBA replays. And shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, goaltending is confirmed. All right, challenge is unsuccessful. All right, awesome. Judah in the building. What's good, brother? Tough losses, to the Magic and the Heat recently after having a great victory over the Thunder, about a week ago. And we definitely want to get back on track to get on the W column here against a beat-up Pelican team. Up and under, layup is good. Come on, Blazers. Got to play better D than that. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 28-23, Rip City. A nice rebound dunk there by Robert Williams III. We'll take that, baby. Yeah, I think that's a good bet. Is it possible that SGA scores more? Of course. But again, they have so many other options. And the Lakers don't have as many. So it would be safe to say if Luka shoots a bunch, you should be able to win that. Up and under, no good. Queen to Murphy. Corner three, in and out, no good. And tipped away from Robert Williams III. And that'll be Blazer ball. 28-23 with about 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Again, we already know the SGA can put up 30, 40, 50 points, 60 points, but so can Luka. But again, who has more options with their players on offense? Probably the Thunder. So, you would assume that they'll distribute the ball a little bit more evenly. And with the Lakers, it might be a little bit more one-on-one with some of their guys. So good luck tonight. Hopefully you end up winning that bet. And Holiday to the line with the reach-in. First free throw is good. I see you, Drew. And second free throw is good. All right, Blazers, here we go. Up by 7. And again, that's exactly what I wanted to see against a depleted Pelican team. got to get back under the win column. After a very strong start, within the first week and a half, 2 weeks of the season, kind of hit a little bit of a wall. So we need to get under the win column to start, being above 500, instead of just being hovering at 500 with a 5-5 record. Queen. Knocking down on Drew. Floater. In and out. No good. Evie with the save. And layup by Queen is good. And that is the end of the first quarter. 30-25 Blazers. Wasn't the best, defensive, effort in the first quarter, but again, we are on the road. And again, we did shoot the ball pretty well. And Denny off to a very fast start. We're 5 for 9 from deep. So we'll definitely take that. And again, 30-25 lead here after one. Blazers up by 5. Let's get it, baby. No, not getting cold yet. I did buy a snow jacket for Paisley this year, though. I've been waiting to do that for the last, I don't know, maybe 6 months, to a year, and finally went to Petco, and they actually had one that, was like a universal fit, gray and black, and, kind of glows in the dark, reflects in the dark, with lights and whatnot. So, anytime it rains, it snows, or it's just super cold, maybe not as cold as what you got, obviously in the Northeast, but, Pacific Northwest cold. And, she's used it quite a few times already. And, I know she's enjoying it, especially when we end up getting poured on with rain, again, with just the harness, it only covers like a quarter of her body. So, but no, we haven't really got too much of the cold weather just yet. We're still, roughly in the 40s and the 50s, at night and during the day. But I assume, we are going to get some rain here in the next couple days. But as far as like the snow and the flurries and the cold weather, the ice and the hail and the snow, we might not get any of that here until like February. Sometimes we're lucky and we'll get some, in December. Sometimes we have to wait till January, and sometimes we have to wait until February until we get our first snow, quote unquote, of the year. Again, it's been, kind of pointing, sign wise, that we should be able to hopefully get some snow earlier than February this year, but you never know. What's good? How are you? Brazil in the building. How are you? Yeah, she loves it. Again, but I have to make sure that I don't just put it on every single time. I know there's gonna be times where she's gonna get too hot, with it on and whatnot. But I know she enjoys it, and anytime you can take care, of a deeply loved pet, it definitely does go a long way. All right, start of the second quarter here, and let's see if the Blazers can keep pouring it on this beat-up Pelican team. No Murray, no Poole, and the one that I really wanted to see tonight is Zion Williamson. It feels like every time the Blazers have played Zion in the last couple of years, he never is available. So, and again, not available again here today in 2025. And Hawkins for 3 is good. Holiday outside for 3, in and out, no good. Blazers and Pelicans scrapping for the rebound on the ground. Where's the foul call? And looks like we got a jump ball. (30-28) Blazer lead. 11:26 left here in the second quarter. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. All right, Blazers, D up. Alvarado with the pick and roll. Wide open three is good. Push, Blazers. Up and under by Drew Holiday is good. There we go. Yeah, and again, with Trey Murphy, for a guy, that might be averaging, 17, 18 a game. I mean, this could be a game where he could, put up 25 to 35, but they have been spreading the ball quite a bit. He hasn't really, had that ball hog type of mentality, even though he is probably the best player left that's not injured. Three is in and out and no good. Clinging with the rebound. Holiday going against his former team here. There's always going to be a little bit of a revenge game type of feel when you go against a former team. Holiday swings it. Reith with three. Let's go. Nice dish there. Anytime you can end up getting anything from Reith, it's a bonus. You don't expect them really to do anything for you. Alvarado at the top of the key with a pick and roll for the Pelicans. Goes for the alley-oop, and whoa! Wow, big alley-oop dunk there for the Pelicans. 35-33. Rip City. Three from the corner, in and out, no good. Pelicans on the fast break. Alvarado at the top of the key. Corner three. Airballed, in and out, no good. Get it, Klingon. DC Kling Kong with the rebound. 35-33 Blazers. Let's go. Drew Holiday. Crossover. 1-on-2 on Bay. Donovan Klingon for three. In and out, no good. I don't know if Klingon is really the guy that you want shooting threes right there. Denny has been absolutely fantastic, but obviously he is on the bench taking a breather. In and out, no good with the long jumper. Klingon with another rebound, who's drastically improved his game from last year. Holiday, corner three, passes it up. Reith again for a three, in and out, no good. Drew picking him up full court. Corner three by the Pelicans is good. Money Kamara. And that'll be a reach-in foul there on the Pelicans. Makovic. We got Bay, Makovic, and Missy Alvarado, and Hawkins. Kamara, Advia, Klingon, Sharp, and Reith in for the Blazers. Sharp at the top of the key. Pick and roll with Donovan Klingon. Sharp swings it. Advia, up and under. In and out, no good. And Klingon called for the reach in. Gallus? Mavericks? Should have never let him go. But again, sometimes you got to go to a new team to have a new identity, and obviously the Knicks have been waiting for a guy like him for a long time. So good rebound there. Sharp for three at the top of the key, in and out, no good. Klingon battling with three Pelicans, and then that goes out of bounds, and there's no call there. Donovan definitely doesn't get a whole lot of calls. Blazers 0 for 5 in their last 5 shot attempts. Let's go. Alvarado at the top of the key. Little pick and roll there on Tumani Kamara. Two-man game. Alley-oop. In and out. No good. Reith with the rebound. Swing it outside. Fast break. Blazers. Shaden Sharp with the flush. Let's go. Nice job by Sharp. Big dunk there. 37-36 Blazers. Let's go. Let's play some defense here. I may not be a fan of, how the league is now compared to what it was when, I was watching a lot in the 80s and 90s, different type of game, different type of players, and whatnot. But I still pay attention, to what's going on every night, whether it be baseball, basketball, football, hockey. And, even if we're not doing a lot of NHL or a lot of NBA on the channel, I'm still always reading and watching film every day. Blazers running a zone here on the 2-3. Hawkins with a 3 at the buzzer, and good as the shot clock starts to expire. And a big block on the other end. Get it, Blazers. Attack. Here we go, up and under, and we're not getting a whole lot of calls down low. Good layup there by the Blazers. Nice job by Jeremy Grant, averaging 20 points a game off the bench. And again, we can't wait for Scoot to come. Oh, we got to fight. Pelicans and Blazers. Bench is clear. And it looked like the Pelican player tried to push one of the Blazer players down low. No punches, to my knowledge, were thrown, but that was wild. And there should be, some, obviously you're not supposed to, leave the bench and whatnot, but, when people get in a fight, especially in the NBA, sometimes, you don't think about getting suspended or ejected. You just want to be there for your teammate. So both guys are grabbing each other there. Nisi and Jeremy Grant, I believe, were the ones that were tangled up down there. I mean, Grant's trying to box him out. Then he's hanging onto his arm. He doesn't let go. And obviously they start to push each other. And then, it looks like I got a hand on the neck. Whoa, hand on his face. So they're trying to lock up like WWE right there. You see, and Grant, and there was a hand on Grant's neck and a hand on his face. Wow. And then they went in for kind of like a grapple maneuver where they had their hands on each other's necks on the backside, like in a grapple in wrestling. But no punches were thrown, but that was a little wild of a sequence. That's not something that you expect to see necessarily against the Pelicans or any team when it happens. But luckily, no punches were thrown. The last thing that we need is Jeremy Grant to get fucking suspended or ejected. So. Yeah, I do. I mean, but you've also got to think, I started watching sports and wrestling at like 3-4 years old, and then really, really getting into it, when I was like maybe 6 or 7, I was watching, but then like really understanding what I was watching, once you start getting into like, kindergarten, first grade, and then, meeting Griffey and Koufax at 7 and 10 and, collecting the cards and, again, memorizing the stats on, height, weight, college, batting average or points per game, whatever sport that we're doing, and again, I feel it's like, some people may not remember what they had for lunch yesterday, but I can still remember stats, from 30, 40 years ago. I don't know how, or it's just, I guess just a special ability, that I have with sports, and it means that much to me, and that information definitely gets retained. 39-39, Blazers and Pelicans. And we'll find out what the situation is here with Grant and Missy as well to see if there's going to be any ejections. Obviously, that was kind of a wild little sequence there. And we're just waiting for commercial to come back and see what the refs decide to call here the rest of the way. Good game here so far, but again, no Poole, no Williamson. So again, it's like, and no Murray. So 3 of their best players, except for Trey Murphy III, are not available. They're injured. So Murphy's got 6 points so far, but again, they're not really heavily going to him, as like the Lakers would, like with Luka, for example. So that Murphy's going to have a chance to get to 25, to 30 points, but it seems like they are distributing it pretty evenly at this point. And that could have gotten pretty messy, if the refs and the other players didn't get in there. Now the refs are watching the film. I mean, it kind of looks like Jeremy Grant holds on to him as he's boxing out and doesn't let go. And then obviously Missy ends up getting pissed, and then he tries to get his arm freed and then eventually pushes him in the chest. And then they kind of go face to face right there, but you don't really know, what words were exchanged or what type of up and down, sequence that they had previous to that. Because again, a lot of times they end up getting the second guy, but you don't really see what caused, the initial scuffle. And just based on the sequence that's on the film, it looks like Grant, Jeremy Grant is hanging on to him a little excessively, and then Missy just kind of retaliates to try to get his arm free, and then you end up getting a neck, a grapple to the neck and the face on Jeremy Grant. But again, we don't really know what Missy did to Jeremy, the previous time down on the court for that to lead to that. So it's not like Grant is really an instigator to cause problems. I mean, anytime you put a hand on the neck and a hand on the face, that's got to be something, right? And they definitely have to see who came off the bench, and hopefully none of our good players, that came off the bench are going to get ejected out of this game or whatnot, or however we decide to do it here. So Makovic might be gone coming out the bench. So they're going over it right now. If you run onto the court but you're out of bounds, is that the same as actually running onto the court when there's a fight? No. Have to review. And sportsman-like technical fouls here. Wow, Missy and Grant are ejected. Fuck. Whoa. All right, Herb and Sharp with technicals, but they get to stay in the game. But Missy leaving for the Pelicans doesn't, hurt them. But fucking hey, Jeremy Grant, he scores like 20 points a game for us off the bench. So for us to lose him, that's a big blow here today. So Missy is ejected for the Pelicans. Jeremy Grant is ejected for the Blazers. Technical foul on Shaedon Sharp and Jones for the Pelicans. They get to complete the process and stay in the game. Not ideal, but I mean, you're going for one player that's not really a factor to a player that scores 20 off the bench, but it looks like Makovic doesn't go onto the court, but just stays on that out of bounds area, so they didn't eject him. I need to look into that rule. All right, here we go. Denny, Sharp, corner three, in and out, no good. Klingon with the rebound, in and out, no good. Got to get a little bit more touch with that shot, Klingon. But I really like Klingon's effort from year one to year two. He's made a hell of a big stride in his game. It still has a long ways to go. Hawkins, in and out, no good. Nice rebound there by the Blazers by Advia. Fast break. Take it, Denny. And Denny's playing like an all-star this year. Tumani Kamara, one-on-one dribbling. Crossover here. Sharp with the left-handed layup is good. There we go. Corner three is good. But Missy and Grant were just kind of holding on to each other and eventually pushed each other, and it turned into a little bit of a scuffle where you ended up having both players, get ejected. But Jeremy Grant definitely is going to hurt us more than Missy for the Pelicans. There's no doubt about that. First free throw is good. Let's go, Denny. And Robert Williams III coming in for Donovan Clingan. Second free throw is good. 43-42 Blazers. Let's go. $12 points, 4 for 5 from field goals, 3 for 3 from deep for Denny. Got to have some kind of lead before this game is up. Nice little pick and roll. Number one in scoring off the bench, Jeremy Grant, ejected in this game. Tipped away. Good defense there by Portland. Front rim, no good. Shaedon Sharpe with the rebound. Push. Sharpe. Nice pass. Swing it. Sharpe for the corner three is good. There we go. Yeah, I think the Blazers are going to win this game. I mean, obviously not having the number one guy off the bench is going to hurt, but, no Zion, no Poole. We should be, no Murray. We should be able to win this. And Murphy goes to the line. Now, I don't know about 5.5 though. I mean, it really just depends on if we start shooting threes or if we start attacking the paint. Kind of feels like at halftime it might be very close. I don't know if anyone will have a lead at that point of that much. Could end up being 4 points or less. Little pick and roll. Sharpe. Little hezzy. And Sharpe goes to the line for 2. The Blazers are a decent, 3-point shooting team. And, it just kind of depends on, if we're just going to, shoot wildly, from outside or, if we're going to do isolation with any of the guys, or if they just play Blazer basketball. And, if they play, the way that we've seen them play earlier in the year, they could end up being up by 6 points or more, at halftime. But it kind of feels like this one is a little bit too back and forth. And with no Jeremy Grant available, that's one less scorer that we're going to have. So not sure if you're going to get that one here tonight. And Sharpe makes the second free throw. 48-47 Blazers. No problem. Appreciate you. Pick and roll here at the top of the key. Pass down low. Stay on him. Layup off the glass for the Pelicans is good. Sharpe on the other end. 17-foot jumper. Bang is good. There we go. Shaedon Sharpe with the nice jumper there. 50-47. Blazers. 18 points, 6 for 8. Obviously, he'll be looking for a 30-plus point game here tonight. We got defensive 3 seconds. Hook shot made. Let's go. Finish strong here in this second quarter. Sharpe with 18, Advia with 13. Rest of the team is 19. Nice job by Queen with that layup. Drew Holiday. Fade away. In and out, no good. Got to get a better shot for Drew than that. And turnover Blazers. All right, we're knotted up at 50. I knew this was going to be a close game, even though they have a few injuries with, key guys out. Blazers do have a tendency of playing down to the competition and playing up to the competition, like when we played the Thunder. We were down by 22 in the first quarter, came back and won, shot 80% in the fourth. But again, after having a great game like that, losing, to the Lakers with no Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. So, it definitely shows you this team, unfortunately plays down to the competition pretty often. And when they play, elite teams, they'll bring it. They may not win, but the effort is definitely on another level. And we got 9 lead changes, 6 ties, and it definitely feels like it's going to come down to maybe whoever has the ball last will have the lead here at half. Top of the key, pump fake, floater, and is good. Derek Queen balling out. 52-50 Pelicans. Swing it. Drew Holiday at the top of the key, and then a reach-in foul. And a reach-in foul there. And timeout is called. Portland Trail Blazers full timeout, down by 2 with 2:50 to go. Derek Queen, 16 points. 8 for 11 from the field, keeping the Pelicans in this one here early. I can kind of tell how the team is going to play, based on, the vibe and, if we're playing full court press, on defense and also who's in the lineup and who's not. And obviously, not having Jeremy Grant is going to be a huge loss, for us here. But again, I think we still have enough, to win the game, but it really is going to come down to defense, free throws and, smart shot selection late. Because again, we're normally really good in the first, second, and third quarter, but usually the fourth quarter, depending on who we're playing, the other team ends up just finding a way to get hot, or, we kind of trade buckets back and forth and the defense gets kind of worse, whether they, lack effort or they just get fatigued and get tired. But again, we shouldn't have lost to the Magic. Bane with the buzzer beater. We shouldn't have lost to the Heat. But again, we are a very, very young team. We're 5-5, but we did start off the year pretty hot, and we were as high as like the 4 seed. When the first 2 weeks of the season started, we knew that we weren't going to be there the whole year, but we definitely feel, as far as like Rip City fans, including myself, that we could be a playoff team this year. I don't think top 4, but maybe somewhere in that 6, 7, 8 lead. But if we do miss the playoffs this year, we're going to miss it barely. We would be like the 9 seed, or the 10 if we were to miss it. But, it kind of feels like if we can just get into a rhythm, based on the roster and the improvement of some of the guys, and also getting Scoot back, because obviously we're not going to get Dame until much, much later towards the end of the year. But if we can get Scoot back, that'll give us that energy and that boost for that 6-man, which is Jeremy Grant right now. But we definitely need a little bit of a lift and a boost. And, we know with Scoot, sometimes he turns the ball over, going a little bit too fast, but again, the scoring, the rebounding, the assisting, and just having another guy that is a spark plug off the bench. We desperately have missed that this year. Yeah, we only got 250 left, bro. Again, that's kind of an aggressive. Now, if it was like 5.5 for the game, that might be a little bit more realistic, but I wouldn't be making bets like that again. As far as like first half bets, it's too hard to predict, and more times than not, you're going to lose. But if you end up doing bets like for, the final score based off the spread and going, that route, you might have a better chance. And always know, teams are going to play down to the competition, play up to the good teams, play down to the bad teams. So you got to be careful. The reason why they sign up those bets is they know, the tendencies of these teams. Looking at every score, that these two teams have played within the last couple of years, and that's how they come up with their algorithm and their numbers. And, that's how they get you. And Sadiq Bey with the layup is good. It's like in the NFL when they do like 3.5 and a team wins by 3. They know exactly what they're doing with that 0.5, Denny at the top of the key. Spin move, up and under. And there we go. Denny Avdia with the up and under layup is good. 54-52, Pelicans. Bay, front rim, in and out, no good. Sharp with the rebound. Blazers fast break. Sharp, step back three, air ball, and turnover, Portland. Yeah, and again, like you never know, right? Like normally you feel with Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, that's an easy bet, right? You're going to win, but then you don't account for Banchero or anything that might be out of the norm for that team on the road. You know, it's like I feel like with NBA betting, it's one of the hardest to do. Like sometimes baseball is really, really difficult. You know, obviously NHL, you really have to watch. And even then, that's tough, you know, but I would say probably NFL and college football are going to be easier. Not super easy overall, but oh baby, Shade and Sharp with the fucking tomahawk jam. There we go, bringing the hammer. I like that. And then Bay on the other end with a 26-foot three-point jumper is good. Herbert Jones assisting. Woo! Now we're starting to pick it up. And again, it's like you don't really know who is going to show up. You know, what version of your team is going to show up, or the team that you're betting on. You know, is it the good version of them or a version that is, you know, kind of a shell of themselves that gets outplayed even though they are the better team? Happens all the time. Especially if a team is on the road. You just never know. Kumani Kamara, corner three, good ball movement, and good. There we go. 24-foot three-point jumper, Sharp with the assist. And we're tied up at 57. And Sharp with the foul. Nothing is ever guaranteed in sports, you know, like it's just when you feel like you got something figured out and it makes you realize you don't really know as much as you thought originally. I mean, if it was easy to win millions of dollars in sports betting, everyone would do it. Up and under with the reverse layup and no good. And Denny with the shooting foul there on Bay. First free throw by Bay is good. 58-57 with less than 2 seconds to go. Definitely feels like second free throw is made and good. 59-57 Pelicans. I mean, especially with all the injuries that the Pelicans have, you would have felt that, you know, we could, you know, be up by 5 or 10 against like similar situation with the Lakers, with no LeBron, no Luka, no Reed. So maybe thought this game was going to be easier than maybe anticipated. And, you know, sometimes you can get punched in the mouth early. Sometimes you just don't recover. But the Jeremy Grant ejection is going to be tough. But... And half-court shot over the basket, no good. And we're at halftime. Sharp with 20, Klingon with 8 boards, and Holiday with 3 assists. We need Drew to be a little bit more of a factor. Jeremy Grant got ejected. So that will definitely hurt us, you know, as far as bench production. Number 1 on the bench with 20 points per game. Not available now. But again, Sharp is pacing for 40 tonight. And again, hopefully we'll get another individual to step up. Beautiful tomahawk jam by Sharp. 59-57 Pelicans. Yeah, true. That is true. You know, and again, you know, and that's why with, you know, Vegas and, you know, the betting companies, you know, they know exactly what they're doing with the bets that they have. Sometimes a bet, you know, it looks too good to be true because it is, you know, most of the time. It's not like they come up with these numbers randomly, you know, on like, you know, who's going to win by what amount. what they do is they put it into a computer program, and then they end up looking at every score that these two teams have played in the last 5 to 10 years, at home and on the road. And then they break down every stat, and then they end up coming up with kind of an average, even though maybe some of the players might be different from the years past. But there's usually patterns in sports that continue to kind of replay themselves. You just have to be able to notice, little things. When I end up doing Mariner games, and I can predict things that happen before they happen. A lot of times you just have to pay attention, and sports is not just in black and white. There's a gray area, and a lot of times history repeats itself in sports. You just have to be able to kind of notice little subtle things, and unfortunately we weren't able to take the lead. We're down by 2, but hopefully we'll be able to make the proper adjustments in the second half. And I don't care if we only end up winning this game by 1. We just need a dub, so that way we don't fall below 500. We're 5-5. We need to go to 6-5, considering the Pelicans are 2-15. Oh, dude, that's brutal. Of course he's got 19, right? Gosh, that would make me want to pull my hair out. That's tough. Really? Last shot? Wow, that's crazy. We're at halftime, 59-57 Pelicans. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes. 100 on the Dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it. Bye. Again, we will be doing the Patriots and the Jets tomorrow. And I know a lot of people out there, other than maybe me and Judah and just NFL fans, are looking forward to watching Drake May and the Patriots. Obviously, we know the Jets are terrible. But again, the Dolphins beat the Bills a few days ago. And sometimes when you play a divisional opponent, that's crazy things happen. We assume New England will win, and they'll win big, but the Jets might make it a little bit closer than people think. But I really want to be able to evaluate Drake May a little bit more, watch that offensive line and that defense with Christian Gonzalez. Go Ducks. And the Patriots are the real deal, just like the Broncos and the Colts this year. It's crazy to see the Chiefs and the Bills not at the top in the AFC anymore. But I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow. And I know other fans of other fan bases may not be, but, I think it could end up being kind of a sleeper matchup if the Jets can, play some decent football in that game. And that's a big if. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing Oregon and Minnesota. Saturday, let's look at the college football schedule. I think we were going to do a late matchup. Sunday, we'll be doing Eagles and Lions for Sunday Night Football. Looking forward to that. And then the Cowboys and the Raiders. You got Oklahoma and Alabama at 12:30. That's an option. Iowa USC will be a good one. And then Texas and Georgia will probably be the game that we do, though, with Arch Manning and company. So that one, I think, especially at the time, it's on at 4:30 Pacific, ABC Global Broadcast, number 10 Texas, number 5 Georgia. I think that's the one that we're going to do. I'll watch Oklahoma, Bama. I'll watch Iowa, USC, but we will do Texas, Georgia. So I'll have to try to find an Arch Manning, image and whatnot, and go through Georgia's players as well. But again, so this will be the only NBA stream for this week. But once we get back into Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, those will be typically the days that we'll do basketball. And then obviously we'll be doing football, NFL or college football on all the other days. Benjamin from Norway, how are you? Plus, I subscribe to Blazer Vision, so I have Xfinity in the living room. Right? But if you want to be able to watch on NBA.com or on your phone, they don't allow you to link it to like a provider to watch it on your computer or phone like other channels do. Like if you have a Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, you can just go through like NBC or things like Peacock or ESPN. Unfortunately, they don't have that option. So if I'm going to be paying money $20 a month, I got to make sure that we're doing, a few games a month, and hopefully being able to make up for that cost, that I'm paying each month. Otherwise, if you end up using like a streaming link, usually it's never Blazers. It's always the opposing broadcast. And one thing I do appreciate about Portland is that we actually have, a really good announce team. And again, every team, is a little bit different. Some people love their announcer, some people hate it. But again, Calabro and Hurd are amazing. They're a great combo. Calabro used to do the Sonic back in the day, and he's got that OG grandpa voice. So I would definitely, rather pay the $20 a month, not have to worry about any pop-ups or any bullshit, and making sure that I'll have a clean stream, from the NBA.com, and on the app to be able to, watch games on stream and then also when I'm on the go. 59-57 Pelicans. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. We just helped upgrade his new synth upgrade. So again, he's going to be able to take, his music to a whole nother level. And a lot of those upgrades are very expensive, usually $250 to $300, per upgrade, especially if you're a producer. But again, it's going to give him limitless amount of sounds and other things that he'll be able to add on that he hasn't had access to. And he's already brilliant. And this is just going to take that brilliance to a whole nother level, not only for himself personally, but for also music on the channel moving forward forever. So I'm very excited to be able to, help another friend who's got dreams and goals. And, again, not a lot of people will go out of their way to help someone like that. But, if I have any type of extra money, I definitely don't mind being able to help one of my friends that got a dream and goal at hand, and also that has the talent to make his dreams and goals actually happen. Couple more minutes before halftime is up. All right, take a look at the points so far here. So Tumani Kamara, 2 for 3 with 6 points. Denny Advia, 5 for 7, 3 for 4 from deep with 15. And Shaden Sharp leading the team with 7 for 10 shooting, 2 for 5 from deep. 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Great game by Shaden. And then on the flip side, Trey Murphy III with 10 points, 3 for 8 shooting, 2 from 6 from deep. And then Bay in the starting lineup, 3 for 6 with 9. .94 shots a game. We're only at 38, so we definitely need to start throwing up some more. Look to see what else they got here. Reef, Sissoko, Williams, Murray, someone's got to step up. And again, we definitely are desperately missing Scoot. Like, this would be a great time to be able to have, Scoot come in and take over, for the loss of Jeremy Grant, but he's still not healthy enough. And we're desperately missing him. And again, our bench needs to be better. Like, our starting five is pretty good, and we have, a couple guys off the bench. But as far as like depth on the bench It definitely could be better, but again, it will be, once we have access to Scoot and Dame, and then it'll start to feel like an actual full roster top to bottom. But with no access to Dame, or Scoot for the moment, it definitely leaves us a little thin on the bench. I think we got one more commercial, and then we'll be back with the action here in the third quarter. $59-57 Pelican lead here at halftime. We're about to get into the third quarter here momentarily. Take a look at some of the other scores from the NBA here this Wednesday evening. Hornets beating the Bucks 111-94. I'm not sure if anyone had that on their bingo card here today. Pistons up 120-108 on the Bulls. Magic up 103-91 on the Knicks on the road. That is wild. 106-80. Celtics up on the Grizzlies and blowing them out. 97-93 Heat up on the Cavs in a competitive matchup. 81-54 Rockets blowing out the Wizards. No surprise there. Spurs 58, Warriors 49, and Suns 46, Mavericks 43. And then in about 7 minutes, we're going to have a good one. Lakers and the Thunder, Luka and SGA. Can't wait to see that. Hawks and the Kings, and then the Nuggets and the Clippers will round out the action. Hawks and Kings start at 7, Nuggets and Clippers at 7:30, but that Lakers and Thunder matchup will start here momentarily. So I might have to put that one on and see how SGA and Luka go at each other as two of the best players in the NBA at the moment. All right, start of the third quarter. Let's go. Come on, Blazers. We got to get above 500. It definitely feels, like the Blazers have made, certain adjustments from last year to this year to potentially, be a playoff team, but no one's going to give it to us. We're going to have to earn it, every single game. And again, for a team that's 2-8 with 1-2 record at home with their three best players out, again, this isn't ideally how you want to be at halftime, but again, that's why you end up playing 4 quarters, so that way you can make up for what you did in the first and the second and get the job done here in the third and the fourth. Sharp, obviously pacing for 40, and hopefully he'll have somewhere in that 35 to 40 range as long as he's not ball hogging it. And again, we're going to need someone to step up for the absence of Jeremy Grant. 20 points, 7 for 10 from the field from Shaedon Sharpe, so fantastic for him. Stay on Blazers. Third quarter started. Bay with a big miss. 3-on-2. Denny with the flush. There we go. 59-59. Blazers and Pelicans. Nice fast break there by Sharpe to Denny. Jumper. In and out, no good. Here we go. Rebound, Blazers. Offensive board there for the Pelicans. And Herb Jones off the glass and good. 61-59 Pelicans. And obviously we'll see how quickly ESPN will be able to get their scoreboard adjusted. They were a little slow to start the game off. Nice job, Denny. $19 points for Denny, all 4 points here in the third quarter. 61-61 tie. ESPN, wake up. And Denny got rocked and is on the ground. I hope he's okay, holding his shoulder. Pick and roll at the top of the key with Sharp. Jumper. Let's go. There we go. And finally, the scoreboard gets adjusted. 22 points tonight. 8 for 11 shooting, 2 for 5 from deep, 4 for 4 from the line. And again, this might be a Shaedon Sharp type of game. Jones to Murphy. Jones in the corner, in and out, no good. And again, we need to be a better rebounding team. There's way too many opportunities for offensive rebounds for the opponent against the Blazers this year. Reach in foul on Denny Advia. And the dunk is good. All right, I'm going to switch up my setup here. Stream should be a little bit smoother now. Went from the NBA.com to a different option. So 3 in and out, no good. Shaedon Sharp, crossover, up and under. Good basketball. Swing into Kamara. Let's go. Tumani for 3. Five for 5 here in the third quarter. Looney. Reverse layup, in and out, no good. Get it, Blazers. Looney for 3, in and out, no good. Fast break for the Blazers. Sharp. And 1 for Shaedon Sharp. Let's go. Heck yeah. Timeout, Pelicans. Let's go, baby. We're starting to pull away here. And again, a very good start to the third quarter. 70-63, and we still got to wait for the and 1 for Sharp, who looks like he was going to be the MVP of this game at the moment. Rip City, baby. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it. Bang, bang. Gain a sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 37 subs to go to 23,300. 8:24 left in the third quarter. 70-63. Blazers are up. And again, we scored 13 points already here in the third quarter to the Pelicans 4. Jeremy Grant got ejected earlier in the first half. Got in a little bit of a scuffle. And again, at this point, we're going to need, as much as we can get from every single role player, moving forward. But great job by Shaedon Sharpe, to start off the game this way. And again, Denny Advia doing a great job as well with 19, Sharpe with 24. And then Jeremy Grant, before he got ejected, only had 2 points with 7 minutes to play, but is number one in the NBA with 20 points off the bench. And again, we won't have access to that. And then obviously Missy ended up getting ejected, but he didn't have any points. So it definitely didn't really hurt them. It really hurt the Blazers more, but we're finding a way to be able to try to pull away here in the third quarter. 24 points tonight here for Shea. Free throw is good. 71-63 Blazers. Full court press here with Drew Holiday. 14-4 run here at the moment. Good defense there. Looney for three. Front rim. In and out. No good. Drew Holiday with the rebound. Push, Drew. Holiday. Step back three. Let's go. Holiday starting to get hot. 26-foot three-point step back jump shot is good. 74-65 now after Bay makes a 12-footer. If we can keep the pace like this is exactly where we want to go. And Bay makes the free throw, is good. Sharpe at the top of the key, pick and roll with Donovan Clingan. Sharpe with a little bit of an ISO. Sharpe for three. In and out, no good. Pelicans with the board, fast break. Herb Jones. Step back three is good by Trey Murphy III. Holiday for three again. Bang, let's go. Drew Holiday starting to heat up. Let's go. Ten points for Drew Holiday so far. Bay up and under after getting it deflected is good with the layup. 77-71 Blazers in the third quarter. Blazers up by 6, 77-71 here in the third quarter with about 6 minutes to go. An offensive foul there on the Blazers. Klingon with the illegal screen. Turnover, Portland. Corner three by Herbert Jones is good. Derek Queen with the assist. And stolen by the Pelicans. And Blazers steal it right back. Go back. And Pelicans steal it back from the Blazers. Wide open. Oof. And a big alley-oop to Trey Murphy III. Come on, Blazers. Drew Holiday. Punt fake by Tumani. Drew to Klingon. Klingon up and under. Where's the foul call? God, Donovan never gets any calls down low. Nice exchange there. Nice job by DC. And he has a right to complain. He never gets calls down low. Big block by Klingon on the other end. Go, baby, go. Tumani Kamara to Drew Holiday. Holiday at the top of the key to Tumani Kamara. And reach in. And first free throw by Tumani Kamara is good. Robert Williams III enters the game for Klingon. Second free throw is good. 81-76 Blazers. 5:01 left in the third. Full court press here by Drew Holiday. Klingon out, Williams in. Little pick and roll here at the top of the key. Offensive foul and the Pelicans not called. Layup is missed. Fast break here for the Blazers. There we go. Nice job by Chris Murray with the layup. Pelicans pushing on the other end. And a amazing layup on the other end by Trey Murphy III. 83-78 Blazers. Wild action back and forth for these teams. Drew Holiday with the pick and roll. Robert Williams III. Poked away. Blazers recover. Tumani Kamara. Tumani. Reached in. No call. Come on. Where's the foul call on Tumani? Murphy. Pelicans at the top of the key running the pick and roll. Alvarado. Robert Williams at the top of the key. Alvarado, deep three, rejected. And Blazers with the steal. Oh, and Murray with the dunk. There we go. Big dunk by Chris Murray, and hopefully Alvarado is okay. Alvarado is just sitting there on the ground, writhing in pain with his ankle. Hopefully he's all right. Daniel in the building. What's good? Now, I've been following the Blazers since like the mid 80s. So, we went through, many teams to get to this point, and again, I like our chances of making the playoffs this year. We're incredibly young, but we're very exciting to watch. which, may not be the case from a few years back. So we're definitely finding the right blend of young, up and coming players and some OGs. And then obviously once we get Scoot back, that'll get us to another level. And then down at the end of the year, when Dame is available, that'll be able to give us a little bit of a lift as well. But again, we won't have Dame until the very, very end. And Scoot should be coming back sometime sooner than later. 85-78 Blazers, and a great third quarter for Portland. After being down by 2 at half, we've scored 28 here in the third quarter to their 19. So hopefully we'll be able to keep up this pace the rest of the third quarter. Yeah, I mean, we should have beat the Heat and Orlando. The fucking buzzer beater by Bane was some bullshit. But again, when they ended up stealing the ball at the end of the game, that was a foul that they didn't call. And they just let Orlando have the ball at the end. I thought that was kind of BS. And then Bane beat us. But, after Jeremy Grant ended up getting that out of bounds play to throw it down, that was pretty special. To lose that way against Orlando fucking hurt. But, again, we're very good normally in the first three quarters. It's usually the fourth quarter. I mean, besides that game against the Thunder where we were down by 22 in the first and then scored a lot of points in the second, third, and fourth and shot 80% from the field in the fourth. And that was the first Blazer stream of the channel against the, OKC Thunder. And there was people coming into the room early saying we were going to lose by 50 or 60. And I thought that we had a chance. We love to play up to the competition. Our problem is not when we play like the Thunder, or the top dogs like Denver, where we were down by 10 and came back and beat them. Our problem is when we play teams that are bad, like the Pelicans, or teams that are average or below average, like Orlando and Miami. Like, again, these are games that we should win. But sometimes, you play down to the competition, and if they end up throwing some haymakers early, sometimes it's hard to come back. So, yeah. And again, we're better on defense, and rebounding. Klingon has taken another step in his game. And, I like that Tumani is a defensive player of the year candidate. It's cool to be able to have defensive guys. Our bench is a little thin, but again, once we get Scoot back, that'll help. And Alvarado pass out of bounds. Bad turnover there. Blazers with the ball. Let's go, Drew. You're playing your former team. Let's go. And nice layup there is good. Why would I say the Thunder are going to win by 50 or 60? Come on, my guy. I might have been the only one in the stream that thought the Blazers could win that game when they were 8-0. The Thunder. Tumani for three. In and out, no good. Nice offensive rebound there. Don't shoot that, Robert Williams III. Holiday. Fadeaway three, in and out, no good. Back to Holiday with the offensive board. And that's one thing that we definitely could improve on is offensive rebounding. Yeah, I would never say the Blazers would be losing by 50 to 60 over anyone. You clearly don't know me. And nice steal there. Holiday, 25-foot three is good. Let's go. Let's go. Pelican crowd starting to boo Drew with the big three, and the Blazers are starting to pull away. 92-78 here in the third quarter. I love it. 35 points here in the third quarter. I love it. $35 points in the third to 19 for the Pelicans. And again, this would be a key time that, Zion would be able to make some big plays, or, Poole coming in and, off the dribble. And again, Poole, Murray, and Williamson out, besides Trey Murphy, the third. Those are their best players. So, 3 out of their 4 are not available. And again, this is kind of the score what most people were thinking, even though we were down by 2 at half. But again, sometimes it takes time to be able to go on these runs. with the right players and to start to kind of pull away. After Anthony Simons went to Boston, we didn't really know what Drew, we were going to get. A Drew that's washed, which a lot of people thought, or Drew, a guy that can still play in this league, apparently, at a very high level. And I think he's been a great fit for us, especially with Scoot and Dame being injured. He definitely has saved us, to actually have a point guard that we can count on. And I think the offense flows a little bit better. I think with Anthony Simons, he was kind of a soft player, and now we don't have him on the team. He was a good shooter, but he wasn't really an aggressive player. And for us to be good and make the playoffs, we're going to need aggressive players, not just smooth players, that shoot from the outside, and I think Simons just lacks a little bit of toughness. I still think he's a good player, but again, I think that, the players that we have, fit the system a little bit better. Fast break here by the Pelicans on that alley-oop by the Blazers. And blocking foul, and it is good. It's like I love what Anthony Simons does, offensively, and, his ability to score, 20, 30, 40 once in a while. But, I mean, as far as, like, defense and aggressiveness, it's, some guys are just like shooters and they're just smooth players. And then you get other guys that are a little bit more gritty, that are willing to dive on the floor, take charges like Tumani Kamara. And, for the Blazers to be a good team, since we're so young, we need guys like Tumani Kamara and Donovan Clingan, Yang, guys like that. And again, we haven't really been able to see Yang's development yet, but hopefully at some point during the season we will. Denny. And airballs that three. Pelicans with the rebound. Come on, Denny. Queen. And good. (92-83) Blazers. Yeah, Denny's an all-star this year. I mean, again, if you've seen his numbers, he's probably our best all-around player. And again, he continues to play at a very high level, which is great for us to see here in Rip City. Free throw, no good. Robert Williams III with the board. I mean, we already saw Denny start to break out at the end of last year, but, he definitely has carried over, his play into this year, which is great for us. Alley-oop to Robert Williams III, and it's flushed good. Wow. Big alley-oop to Robert Williams III, which is something that Yang might not be able to do at the moment, but hopefully one day will be. Floater by Murphy, no good. Denny. Kicks it to Robert Williams III at the top of the key. Now passes to Sharp. Pick and roll. And a reach-in foul there by the Pelicans. Trey Murphy III. And Denny going to the line. First free throw is good. Second free throw missed. 95-83 Blazers. Great quarter here in the third. 38 points for the Blazers here in the third quarter to get this nice little lead. Great defense here by the Blazers. Oh, stolen. Sharp. 2-on-2. And the alley-oop gets deflected. We're getting to the end of the third quarter here momentarily. And again, the best quarter we've had up to this point. Definitely this third quarter when we were down by 2 at the half. Great adjustments were made. Denny, top of the key. Back to Denny, 2-man game. In and out, no good. And easy dunk there. And that is the end of the third quarter. 95-85 Blazers. We'll take that. You know, a little sloppy, you know, towards the end, you know, but again, you know, to put up almost 40 points in the third quarter, we put up 30 in the first. We were up by 5. Then we got outscored, 34-27, and that ended up getting us down by 2 at half. But this was the quarter that we needed. And Sharp with 25 points, Queen with 20 for the Pelicans, 38-26 in the third quarter. And now we're up by 10 going into the fourth. I like that. 95-85 Blazers. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. End of the third quarter, 95-85 Rip City. So Murphy's got 20, Queen's got 20. They played great, but they haven't really had anyone else step up besides those two. And then we got 2 obviously on our side as well. Sharp with 25, Denny with 20. So it pretty much evens out, even though Sharp's got an extra 5. And we're up by 10 at this point. You know, bench is a little thin, but again, we still have enough, even though, you know, that Jeremy Grant got ejected there in the first half. Seed, Shrimp, Smith, Pippen, Stoudemire. Yeah, I mean, we've had a few teams that were pretty good that, you know, again, if it wasn't for Shaq and Kobe, if it wasn't for the bad boys, and if it wasn't for Jordan and Pippen, you know, again, you know, there could have been chances for us to win, you know, championships, you know, in that time period, or even if we were able to get Sabonis, you know, in the 80s and Duckworth was coming off the bench. And if we would have had Arvydas in his prime from Lithuania with Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler, Jerome Kersey, Buck Williams, and then had Sabonis at center starting, Duckworth and Cliffy coming off the bench, we probably would have won at least one, you know. And Alvarado there with the layup is good. Some good, tough defense here by the Blazers here early. Floater is good. Sharp at the top of the key. And Sharp and Denny have been fantastic. Corner 3, in and out, no good. But I think like the main things from watching this, you know, particular 2025 Blazer team, you know, offensive rebounding, we're not good. You know, we definitely need to be able to crash the boards as a team better. You know, and again, you know, there's a lot of things that we do well, you know, and also Donovan Clingan doesn't get any fucking calls, you know, and you always see him kind of arguing and complaining, you know, and a lot of times that's kind of, you know, hey, you know, just be quiet and, you know, just keep working. But if you actually watch the games, he's getting hacked left and right and not getting calls, you know, on initial shots or even offensive rebounds. And, I don't know why the league is reffing him that particular way, but hopefully that'll change and he'll get some more respect from the refs. Sharp at the top of the key, pick and roll with Donovan Clingan. Hezzy, step back three, in and out, no good. Nice offensive rebound there. There we go. Chris Murray with the nice offensive board and layup with the left. I love it. I mean, Arvidas would have been able to play with Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon. He would have been right there with them. And then, even the guys that were considered like good, like Rick Smits and a few of the other big men back then. Mark Eaton from the Jazz. I mean, Sabonis would have ate all these guys up. Bad pass there by Clingan. Come on, Donovan. (101-89) Blazers. Pelicans coming out with a little bit more fire here in the fourth quarter, which you would expect, being down. But I've been watching for a long, long time, even the, Kiki Vandeweghe, days, Steve Johnson days, and again, it's nice to be able to see a team that's built this particular way. Even with the controversy with Chauncey, that's over. And now we can just move forward with Splitter, and hopefully he'll be our head coach moving forward. Nice rebound there by Clingan. Outlet to Drew. Holiday at the top of the key. Three. In and out, no good. And Rupert with the foul for the Blazers there over and back there. Reach in foul. Wow. I mean, I get it. Once you become a superstar, like SGA or Wemby, you're going to get 50-50 calls, even 25-75 calls that shouldn't even really go your way. But, you are a superstar, just like with Jordan and Bird and Kobe, they were going to get calls sometimes that maybe they shouldn't have gotten. But, it's based off the respect of the player and how they typically play. But I think every game I count at least 4 or 5 plays that Clingan doesn't get to go in his favor. And, I just want him to be able to be officiated fairly. I mean, he's getting hacked down there almost every single time. And when he's getting those offensive boards and putting it back up and then getting fouled and he misses, give him the foul call. Denny with the and one. Did they give it to him? There we go. I'm old school. I even remember the guys on the bench like Danny Young and the Mark Bryants. The good old days. (103-89) here. 9:16 left in the fourth quarter. A nice and one there by Denny. Free throw is good. There we go. Front rim, in and out, no good. And Derek Queen to the line. Jeremiah Fears enters the game for Jose Alvarado. Queen makes the free throw, 1 of 2. And Queen's second free throw is good. Let's go, baby. Denny at the top of the key. Pick and roll here with Donovan Clingan. Denny aggressive all the way. Layup is good. And that's one thing, about Denny. There's not very many guys that can do what Denny does besides Sharp and Scoot. They can create off the dribble and go very aggressively to the hole. I guess Drew Holiday could do the same as well, but I feel like Denny, Sharp are the best at it. And, we know Scoot can get to the rim as well, even as a smaller player. But, sometimes you got to be really aggressive and attack the paint. And whether it leads to a dunk, a layup, or an and one, or a free throw opportunity for two, you want to make sure that you're attacking the rim. And it's nice to be able to see that we have at least a couple of those guys that do it on a regular basis. Reach in foul there, and Bay goes to the line. First free throw is good. Tyler in the building, what's good? And Bay's second free throw is good. Denny at the top of the key. Alley-oop to Clingan. Woo, baby, with the flush, one-handed. Let's go. One-handed alley-oop dunk there. Denny with the assist. Beautiful. And Jeremiah Fears. Little give-and-go action there. Derek Queen with the assist. 108-95 Blazers with about less than 8 minutes to go. Tumani Kamara with the behind-the-back pass at the top of the key. Down low to Clingan. Get big, Don. And that pass ends up going out of bounds. Turnover, Blazers. Little pick and roll at the top of the key for the Pelicans. Good ball movement here by Nollins. 3-point attempt. Deep, no good. Front rim. Blazers with the rebound. Drew Holiday now at the top of the key, resetting. Passes to Tumani Kamara in the corner. Corner three, in and out, no good. Got to get bigger, Donovan. Get back. About 7 minutes to go here in the fourth, and a big dunk there over Donovan Clingan. Queen has been balling here today. Same thing with Trey Murphy III. They got a good thing going with that dynamic duo, just like we have with Sharp and Denny. So Denny's at 27. Drew Holiday's at 17. And Sharp is at 27. So 27 for Denny, 27 for Sharp, 17 for Drew. That's solid. Tumani with 11, Don with 9. So bench is a little bit thin, but everyone is, participating. Jeremy Grant got a bucket before he got ejected. 6 for Murray. Murray's been good off the bench. Robert Williams the third with 4. Reith with 3. Sissoko with 2. And then Rupert with nothing at the moment. And obviously we haven't seen Yang enter the game. He would be the only player that's not injured that could enter. Obviously Lillard, Thibault, and Scoot are still injured. And then as far as the Pelicans, Trey Murphy the third with 20. Bay with 18. Herbert Jones with 10. And then Derek Queen off the bench with 24. $108.97 as we're waiting for the commercial break to end here in the fourth quarter. Blazers full timeout. Up by 11, and we just got to make sure we go toe-to-toe, with the Pelicans. We're 5-5. We need to get to 6-5 and not look back. and it's kind of a damn shame that we're not like 7-3 right now, which, we easily could have been if we were just able to take care of business against the Heat. And then obviously that Orlando game, I don't think was really officiated the way that we needed it to be officiated, late especially. And then Bane with that buzzer beater. But, even though we should be 7-3, we can go to 6-5, and we just got to be able to, take it one game at a time. And as long as we don't have any major injuries to any of the key, starting five, we should be good to go moving forward. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Denny at the top of the key. Passes it to Money Kamara. Backdoor to Denny. Alley-oop to Robert Williams III, but he misses it. Tries to get it with just one hand and can't corral it. And back come the Pelicans here. Attacking the paint. Murphy kicks it out. Good defense there by Holiday, but open three now. And is good. Sadiq Bey, 23-foot three-point jumper in the corner. Fears with the assist. And now it's 108-100. Come on, Blazers, play D. Denny at the top of the key. To Kamara. To Drew. Poked away and stolen. Come on, Blazers. And a foul there by Denny Advia with the body. And also you got to think Jeremy Grant scores 20 points off the bench, and that's number one in the NBA. And, he only had 2 before he got ejected. And again, so we're definitely missing that aspect. But again, it also will give more opportunities for Denny and Shea to shoot a few more shots that normally would go to Jeremy Grant. So, but now Denny goes to the bench after that foul. Give him a little bit of a rest for the last, push of maybe 3 minutes. 108-100. And we got a Trailblazers full timeout. But I'm looking forward to seeing Wemby. We had tickets to go see Wemby last season, and then he ended up getting hurt. Scoot had a buzzer beater, and we ended up beating him. And then me and my best friend got tickets again the day before Thanksgiving. So Wemby is playing out of his mind, and obviously we know how great SGA and Luka are. But as far as big men, you haven't really seen anything like Wemby before. A guy that's that tall, 7'4", 7'5", that dribbles like a guard, shoots threes like a shooting guard, dribbles like a point guard, can go behind the back on the fast break. Great passer, great rebounder, great shot block protector. He really does it all. And I'm hoping that he doesn't have any type of minor injuries or serious injuries, because I would love to be able to see him in person. And, I know that'll be a tough game against the Spurs, but definitely looking forward to watching the Blazers and the Spurs go at it with Wemby here in just a couple weeks. I don't go to too many games, usually I would say 2 to 3 a year, but it depends on, who it is and, where we're sitting and, who's coming to town. So 6:21 left in the fourth quarter, 108-100 Blazers. Tomorrow we'll be doing Thursday night football with the Patriots and the Jets. Friday we'll be doing Minnesota and the Oregon Ducks for college football. And then obviously on Saturday night, we're going to end up doing college football as well. Texas versus Georgia. Sunday will be Sunday night football with the Eagles and the Lions, which should be amazing. And then Monday night, the battle of the Bads between the Raiders and the Cowboys. And again, we know Raider defense can step up once in a while with Max Crosby. But even though those two teams are kind of bad, it might actually be a kind of interesting, entertaining game, we hope. And then once we get into next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, then we'll be doing another Blazer stream at that point. And Jeremiah Fears makes that first free throw. And Jeremiah Fears makes second free throw. And the Blazers now are up by 6. 108-102 here with less than 6 minutes to go. Come on, Blazers. All right, Denny at the top of the key. And again, you want Denny, or Sharp when they're in the game to be able to do what they do here late. Drew as well. Denny at the top of the key. Doesn't take the pick and roll from Robert Williams III. Holiday back to Denny. Denny kicks it back out. Tumani, step back three. In and out, no good. Rebound. There we go. And Williams with the great rebound. Reset. Drew. Nice pass down low to Robert Williams III. There we go. And I love it when you get a big man that gets an offensive board or a block shot and they reward him, on that fast break or later in that possession. And a great job there to acknowledge the good play and to reward the big man. And that'll keep him more motivated here, obviously, late in this matchup. Great job. 110-102, Rip City. Off the glass, in and out, no good. Good rebound there by the Blazers. And now we got Denny Advia walking it up the court. We can slow it down just a little bit now with a little bit of a lead here. Denny. Corner three, in and out, no good. Pelicans with the rebound. Herbert Jones with the rebound. And Bay with a 25-foot three-point jumper. Murphy with the assist. And just like that, it's 110-105 Blazers. Come on now. Denny at the top of the key with a lead by 5. Kamara. Back to Denny. Top of the key. And a reach-in foul. And Herbert Jones with the reach-in foul on Denny Advia. Eagles-Lions is more than all right. I mean, even if you don't like either one of those teams, that's going to be a great game. Maybe one of the best on Sunday Night Football. And Sharp gets hit with the body, and Derek Queen with the foul. And that is going to be 2 shots for Shaedon Sharp. Let's go, Shay. First free throw by Sharp is good. Let's go, Blazers. Got to finish. Second free throw is good. 112-105. Blazers up by 7 with less than 5 minutes to go. And as long as Shea, Denny, or Drew are maintaining a majority of the possessions late, we should be fine. I mean, you can always expect a unexpected 3 or, here and there by the Pelicans, but hopefully the defense will be good enough to get the victory here. Shea with 29, one more bucket to get over 30. 10 for 15 shooting too. 7 for 7 from the line. Love me some Shaedon Sharp. And we all thought maybe he would be the guy that would be the first all-star out of the young core, but after getting Denny with that trade from, Washington, again, we might have at one point 2 all-stars. Offensive rebound, no good. And Sharp with the reach-in. Pelicans going to the line for 2. Jeremiah Fears makes the first free throw is good. Judah in the building. What's good? And free throw is good by Jeremiah Fears. 112-107 Blazers. Let's go. Finish strong here. We're getting outscored this quarter 22-17. We don't need to be shooting wild threes. Attack the paint with Denny and Shea. Denny at the top of the key. Swings it to Drew. And corner 3, exactly what we don't need, Drew. We need to attack the paint. We don't give them any, freebie chances to come back here. Fears in the corner. Crossover. And gets fouled with the body. And Tumani Kamara with the foul. And again, if we're going to shoot threes and miss, and then they're going to go down and get and ones or, keep going to the line, that's going to extend the game, and they're going to be able to creep back into this game you know, a little bit here, a little bit there as Fears makes his first free throw is good. Second free throw is good. 112, 109. And again, it's like you don't want to, you know, shoot a couple wild threes and then they come back and get a few and ones or a few cheap points on that side of the ball. Second free throw is good by Fears. 112, 109. We can't be shooting threes the rest of the way. Attack the paint. You know, the more threes we shoot, the chance that we're going to lose. 24-19, Pelicans outscoring the Blazers here in the fourth quarter after we won the third quarter 38-26. Let's not give that up. Denny. Floater by Denny is good. There we go. Nice up and under layup by Denny Advia. 29, baby. Let's go. Denny with 29. Sharp with 29. And they're shooting from the field fantastically here today. Good defense here by the Blazers. And Bay gets called with the reach in the body there by the Blazers. First free throw by Sadiq Bey is missed. Thank God. Lakers getting smacked. How many points does SGA have already? What's Luka got and what's SGA got early on? Klingon enters the game for Robert Williams III. And it's, you know, between Yang, Klingon, and Robert Williams III, they all do things a little bit differently, but I'm glad that we have all three. You know, it's like that nice blend of young and old, OGs and vets. And the second free throw is good. Drew Holiday here at the top of the key. Sharp, pick and roll with Donovan Klingon. Go Sharp. Passes it to Drew. Nice pass down low to Tumani Kamara. Back to Sharp with the left and good. There we go. Nice job by Shaedon Sharp. 31 for Sharp now. Pelicans. Layup. No good. Offensive board is good by Derek Queen. God, he's been everywhere tonight. Let's go. We need Sharp and Advia here late. No disrespect to Drew Holiday, but we need Sharp and Advia. Sharp, little floater is good. There we go. 12-foot jumper by Sharp. Drew Holiday with the assist. Here we go. Here we go. Pelicans at the top of the key. Tries to run a little pick and roll. Pump fake. Oh, stolen. Sharp. Big flush. Big dunk by Sharp. Let's go. Alley-oop. Ooh. Wow. Trey Murphy III. Alley-oop dunk assisted by Sadiq Bey. My goodness. The alley-oops in this game have been crazy by both teams. 120, 114. Come on, Blazers. Less than a minute 20 to go. I mean, all we got to do is go with Advia and go with Sharp, and we're good. Don't let anybody else shoot. Front rim is no good. Murphy. Deep three by Murphy. In and out, no good. Terrible shot selection by Murphy there. Desperation play. And here we go. Holiday at the top of the key. And only Sharp and Denny need the ball here. I mean, both guys at 31. Drew. Pick and roll here by Shaedon Sharp. Denny is there. Shoot. There we go. Big three by Denny Advia. And that might be game. 123, 114. And when we were getting dominated in this fourth quarter, now it's 29-28 Pelicans in the fourth. Great job, as now the Blazers are up by 9. And again, Denny and Sharp, this has probably been the best shooting game that I've seen from both in a game together. You know, and again, no Jeremy Grant, so that gives you an opportunity to be able to get a little bit more. And Shaedon Sharp's got 35, Denny with 32. Awesome. And again, that's exactly what we needed. Drew Holiday with 17, Klingon with 9, and Tumani with 11. That's kind of what you expect from this team. And with no Jeremy Grant, that opens the door for a few more shots for Denny and Sharp, where they don't have to feel like they're being a ball hog. It's just about, making sure that the right player gets the right shot at the right time late in the fourth. And 13 for 18 for Shaedon Sharp. Beautiful. And Denny is doing great as well, 12 for 18. So 12 for 18 for Denny, 13 for 18 for Sharp. I don't think I've seen, both of them play together like this, shooting percentage wise. And it looks like we might be able to hang on to a victory here. Rip City, baby. Let's go. And this was a must-win game. Again, no Zion Williamson, right? Which, would have been a factor. It seems like every time I get excited when we play the Pelicans, he's never fucking available. Poole is out, but he'll be back in a couple days. And then Murray's not available until January 2nd. So 3 out of their 4 players obviously not available. And again, we were down by 2 at half, but we definitely made the right adjustments in the third and the fourth. And here we are. 123, 114, less than a minute to go. Offensive foul on Drew Holiday. Come on. They call a block on Drew. If that was Tumani Kamara, maybe that's an offensive foul, but let me see if Drew's feet were moving or not. Looked like an offensive foul to me, though. And Herbert Jones goes to the line. Let's see if karma will strike. Like Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie. First free throw is missed. Ball don't lie. Let's go. Rasheed would let you know. And second free throw by Herbert Jones is good. 123, 115. Blazers up by 8 with 40 seconds to go. Rip City. Let's go. And we know we're incredibly young. We don't have Dame. We don't have Scoot. But again, this team is so fun to watch compared to the rosters that we've had, in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Huge upgrade. Almost stolen there by the Pelicans. And wild pass there late by Tumani and company. And out of bounds with that bad turnover. Stop giving him a chance to come back. And Herbert Jones out of bounds. Bad pass there. From one bad pass from the Blazers with Tumani, another bad one there. Herbert Jones out of bounds, and we'll take that. And maybe now they'll just kind of call it a game now. Let's see if they'll just kind of bleed out the clock and see if the Pelicans are even going to foul, or they're just going to, say, hey, we lost. All right, Sharp's got the ball. And kickball violation there on Sadiq Bey. We got, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. And Tumani Kamara with the dunk, baby. Here we go. An exclamation point there for Splitter. Let's go. 125, 117 out of Tumani Kamara, 1-foot dunk. Drew Holiday with the assist. And again, I love this Trailblazer team in 2025. Anyway, it's not like we're going to be a top 4 seed, but depending on how we play and the injuries that we have and how we recover from those with Scoot and, Dame later in the year, who knows? Maybe we can end up being somewhere between a 5 and a 10 seed, and obviously we're shooting somewhere between the 5 and the 8, if we can get there. And that is it. That's the end of the fourth quarter. Final score, 125-117. Blazers win. Blazers win. Blazers win. Let's go. Rip City getting the dub after being down by 2 at half. And let's look at some final numbers before I end up taking off. And we will end up doing Thursday Night Football tomorrow between the Patriots and the Jets. So Shaedon Sharp for 35 points, 13 from 18 from the field, 7 for 7 from the free throw line. And then let's go further down. Let's go to the box score here. 35 for Sharp, or 35 for Denny. Or no, 32 for Denny, 35 for Sharp. 37 is his career high. And then 17 for Drew, 13 for Tumani Kamara, 9 for Klingon. So again, 35 for Shaedon Sharp, 32 for Denny. And again, that definitely makes up for the 20 points per game that normally we get from Jeremy Grant, which he got ejected. Getting into a scuffle early with Missy. They both got ejected earlier in the matchup. And then as far as the Pelicans are concerned, Trey Murphy III with 22, Sadiq Bey with 25, and Derek Queen with 26 off the bench, but it just wasn't enough for this Trailblazer squad. And now the Blazers improved to 6-5. Pelicans drop down to 2-9. Love you guys and appreciate you guys very much. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do on your way out. And again, we'll be live tomorrow for Thursday Night Football between the Patriots and the Jets. Appreciate you guys very much, and I'll be live tomorrow for some NFL action on Thursday Night Football. Rip City. Final score, Blazers 125, Pelicans 117. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.